Okay, so we found out there's a way that we can actually detect heart attacks within 5 years of having one, and that's exciting news. But Dr. Doug also has some great tips on how to prevent heart attacks altogether. Dr. Doug, share those with us.
The number one risk in the American diet is related to sugar and carbs and processed foods, those things. That's it.
Wow. Here's the other thing. Everybody associates high cholesterol levels with heart attacks, whether it is hereditary and you produce too much cholesterol or it's your way of your diet. You know, you're eating high cholesterol foods. But so there are these healthy people, women and men, who are dying all the time, and they're so healthy, they eat healthy, right? Because they don't get it. They don't get the other real factor that is one of the leading causes of heart attacks.
Right. It turns out that what you do in your diet, if you talk about cholesterol, for instance, for years we thought that eating eggs and shrimp and things that are high in cholesterol was going to increase your cholesterol levels. It turns out that numerous studies have shown that's not true. And it's actually important for you. This is another one that I find very interesting. You go to a restaurant and they have egg white omelets. Turns out that if you just eat egg white omelets, it leaches vitamins from your body. You don't get the B vitamins you need. It can actually damage your immune system, make you more prone to heart disease. So
you need the egg yolk.
You need the egg yolk and it's actually it's almost a perfect food. And so we try and steer people away from avoiding eggs. It also is important to realize that processed foods include soy products that are textured to taste like chicken and steak. They have a lot of salt and preservatives in them, and white carbs basically have minimal nutritional value. They raise your blood sugar very rapidly, cause your body to try and get rid of the sugar in the blood, and your insulin goes up, and then you get hungry a short time later, and bingo. And another one that I find really interesting is that these artificial sweeteners, you know, there have been a number of studies that showed that people that drink diet sodas are on average 15% heavier than people who don't. And it turns out that almost all of the artificial sweeteners, except for stevia, make you insulin resistant, so you're more likely to gain weight. Your body doesn't respond to nutrition the way it should. And again, that's a chemical. And the reason that's important is because insulin is responsible for how you handle sugar in your body. And if your body doesn't recognize insulin, your blood sugar goes up, you gain fat around your midsection, that sort of thing. And so when we see people, one of the things that we try and do is we try and treat the person, not the number. And so we always do a lifestyle audit because your lifestyle is so important. Like we said earlier, 90% of heart disease is caused by lifestyle. 80% of it's preventable. And if you have that power, why would you not want to do something about it, you know?
Well, you talked to me about stress levels. So if you eat right and you exercise and you still are at risk, stress affects your heart.
Yeah, it turns out that stress is probably right up there with sugar in our American society. And stress can be in several forms, like there's emotional stress or stress from your job, but there's also physical stress. So some of these people that do excess athletic activities or workouts, they actually do damage as opposed to helping their body. And what stress does is it increases your blood cortisol level. It's a hormone that's the stress response of the body. And that increases also adrenaline, which is also a fight or flight hormone in your body. And that causes you to retain fat around your midsection. It causes you to be more susceptible to inflammation in your joints, in your arteries. And it turns out that it's a horrible thing for your body, stress. And it's one of the hardest to treat because in some cases, so say for instance, it's due to your job. You can't necessarily quit your job or do something about it. But what we found is that there are, again, in terms of prevention, there are things that you can do about it. Meditate, 10 minutes a day. I tell people if you don't want to go through the process of learning how to meditate, even daydreaming 10 minutes a day, just staring out the window and thinking about your dog or your family or your wife or whatever makes you feel good. You do that, it will definitely lower those stress hormone levels, and it will move your body in the right direction.
Dr. Doug, those were great tips. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you. I mean, your test is saving lives and will surely save millions and millions of lives in the future. Thank you. Tell us how the viewers can get this test done and doctors out there. What do they do?
So it's really important for people to understand there is a website. It's called pulsetest.com. That's PULSTEST.com. And you can go on there and get information about how to get the test. We have a number of physicians and centers around the country and actually around the world that offer it. And we'd like you to go to your doctor and ask for the test so that we can educate them about it, because our goal is to get this out into the community and prevent heart disease.